I got invited to play in one of the most stacked VGC draft leagues of all time. I'll be up against titans of the game like NAIC champion Federico Camporese, 3-time regional champions Michael Kelch and Justin Tang, and single battles legend Pokeaim, fighting over 10 weeks for a cash prize and ultimate bragging rights. Welcome to the MDBL. Welcome back everyone to week 3 of the MDBL. Unfortunately my match last week I wasn't able to upload because just sheer bad timing. My opponent and I both had issues with our recording, so neither of us have footage for most of the set. I did lose 2-1 though, so that means we are now 1-1 going into our week 3 match against Freezai and his Mount Freeze Merchants. Freezai's draft is kind of scary, and more than one person has said they think it might be the best draft in the league, which I kind of agree and disagree with. The thing is, if we have a look at it here, it is incredibly top-heavy. So it's functionally a 7 Pokemon team. There's some things you can do with Gothita, maybe with Perish Trap stuff with Politoed, but Gothita just doesn't really have the bulk to actually make that work. And Frigoraph, I don't really know what that's doing. Like, it's got Sap Sipper, maybe, if you're really scared of Amoonguss. But you have Amoonguss, so that doesn't really make a difference. So, I don't think those two Pokemon are really doing very much here. It is functionally a 7 Pokemon team, but the flip side of that is the 7 Pokemon are very scary, and individually do have quite a lot that they can do. The main modes here are going to be Chien-Pao, Dragonite, Arcanine as like a kind of physical priority spam type team. Basculegion can also kind of fit into that. And then Rain with Politoed, Archaldon, and Basculegion. And then Amoonguss there just as glue. But yeah, the two key strategies are going to be Physical Spam and Rain, by the looks of things. Now, there is some variation here. Archaldon can run Assault Vest, it can run Power Herb, Electro Shot, it can run Stalwart if they're really worried about redirection, which is not impossible against me, I think. I'd be fine if it was running Stalwart. I'm only really scared of the stamina set. Now, obviously, each of these modes is very strong, the Rain and the priority spam, but the thing is they are reasonably predictable in terms of general archetype. There's not really a huge amount you can do in terms of mixing up what your overarching strategy is. Maybe there is, maybe I'm missing something here, but it seems like there's a couple of very obvious things to target when you're trying to build against this team. So, with that said, let's have a look at what I am bringing to this week. So, I've got a few kind of interesting techs on my team, I think, this week. First of all, we're going to have Roaring Moon. Now, Roaring Moon is going to be Speed Booster Energy here, with Knockoff Breaking Swipe, pretty standard stuff, and Sunny Day, which is a move that I'm pretty sure every single Past Paradox Pokemon gets, and then Tailwind as the last move. So, the theory here is Breaking Swipe into physical spam leads, like Chien-Pao, Dragonite, that kind of stuff. Super valuable for just lowering attack. Not necessarily for Roaring Moon, but to allow stuff like Gallade, Brute Bonnet, Registeel to kind of sit next to it and not worry quite so much about being hit. Particularly Brute Bonnet and Registeel, if I can get an attack drop on those two Pokemon, like on Chien-Pao and Dragonite, even on like Arcanine or Basculegion, then Registeel and Brute Bonnet are going to be very, very difficult to take down, because my opponent's team is predominantly physical attackers. The two special attackers are Archaldon and Politoed, well, and Amoonguss, I guess. But mostly it's going to be Archaldon and Politoed, but most of the big threats in Basculegion, Chien-Pao, Dragonite, all physical, so Breaking Swipe, pretty valuable there. Sunny Day, valuable for obvious reasons. Switching off Rain gets rid of things like Swift Swim, means that it can't Electro Shot me, for example. This thing is fast enough to outspeed Adamant, Basculegion, even if I have a Swift Swim boost. So I can always, unless they are jolly, of course, Sunny Day before Basculegion moves. If they lead Basculegion, or, well, not lead, but if they have Basculegion on the field in front of Roaring Moon, I can knock off, or I can Sunny Day before it gets a chance to attack. Next up is Brute Bonnet, who's doing his best Amoonguss impression. He's running Pollen Puff, Clear Smog, Spore, and Rage Powder. It's full support. I didn't think there was a huge amount of value in Brute Bonnet's offensive moves this time around. It seems a bit odd going into Rain without grass moves, but you're only really hitting Basculegion with it. Everything else you're hitting not very hard with grass moves. You could run a dark move, but then again you're not hitting Arch very hard. You're not hitting, well, anything really that hard. So I instead opted to go for full support. Pollen Puff, very nice next to, most notably, Registeel, is the main idea here. Is if I'm going for a Registeel game plan, having Pollen Puff in the back is super helpful for just keeping Registeel healthy, because Registeel, as we'll see in a second, doesn't actually have any recovery of its own. Pollen Buff also nice to just chunk Chien-Pao, and Clear Smog is mostly there to get around potential Terra Grass or Chaladon, which I'm a little bit scared of. I mentioned before, I'm mostly scared of the Stamina Body Press stuff. So having Clear Smog to get rid of Stamina Boost, to get rid of Electroshock boosts, super nice. Spore deals with them if they don't Terra Grass. Clear Smog deals with them reasonably well if they do. And speaking of Registeel, here is our boy, my mint chocolate chip warrior. I love the shiny of Registeel, it's so good. But he is running Safety Goggles and a Terra Ghost. Now, Terra Ghost does leave me a little bit vulnerable potentially to Chen Pao and Basculegion, but once I've got an Iron Defense boost off, the main things that are going to be threatening Registeel are going to be Body Press from Archaludon and Chen Pao Sacred Sword. So Terra Ghost gets around both of those. There's a reasonable chance I don't end up terastallizing Registeel if I bring it, just because Steel is good typing into a lot of my opponent's team. But the option is there if I want it. Running an Iron Defense Body Press set, like I said, this opposing team is mostly physical attackers, so getting an Iron Defense or two off is going to make this thing very, very difficult to take down. Gone Safety Goggles because of Amoonguss, otherwise, yeah, Amoonguss just redirects and shuts it down, and it becomes a bit of a hassle. I thought Safety Goggles was probably my best option there. My opponent doesn't have access to knockoff anywhere on the team, so that Safety Goggles is staying firmly on my Registeel. Don't really know how it fits over his face, but there you go. And then I've got Shadow Claw on this set, which I think is a fun tech, mostly because, obviously, there's a Basculegion there. There's potential for Terra Ghost on some of the mons. It's mostly Basculegion. So I don't want to get into a situation where I've got a couple of Iron Defenses up, and now I just can't hit Basculegion because it's a Ghost type. So I've got Shadow Claw, which is slightly lighter than Thunder Punch, I think, just to cover for Rogue Terra Ghost, and also because it synergizes nicely with my Ghost Terastallization. I think it's worth the potential of getting Stab on that for a change of, like, 5 base power. Now we have got Gallade running the Clear Amulet. I could have gone for Life Orb potentially, but I think being able to survive hits on Gallade is quite nice here. There are a couple of calcs that the defense gets me. So I went for Clear Amulet instead. Stops Intimidate from Arcanine. Potentially Icy Wind from Chen Pao or Politoed is also an option, so I can get around that. But this guy's just running Sacred Sword, Psycho Cut, Leaf Blade, and Protect. All the moves pretty self-explanatory. A lot of this team gets hit super effectively by this combination of 3 moves, like Chen Pao, Amoonguss gets hit by Psychic moves, Arch gets hit by Fighting, Basculegion and Politoed hit by Grass. So it's only really Dragonite and Chen Pao that aren't getting hit. Sorry, Dragonite and Arcanine that aren't getting hit super effectively. So this is very, very good coverage into this team. Leaf Blade with Terra Grass in particular is very threatening, I think. I'm running this thing very fast, so it's faster than Adamant Basculegion. Obviously, there's a bit of a target on that. But it also gives me everything apart from, like, very fast Archaludons, which is pretty important. So Archaludon can sit in that kind of 120-ish range. So I think having that option to be faster than that as well is nice. Just be able to get Sacred Swords off. So this is going to be a big part of my anti-Archaludon endgame, because obviously Sacred Sword ignores any defense boosts from Archaludon. We have also got Indeedee with a Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet, a little bit obvious here. Chen Pao probably wants a Sash. There's a lot of physical attackers on this team. Rocky Helmet makes a lot of sense. Terra Fairy to get around potential Dragon-type moves from Dragonite. So I think Scale Shot Dragonite is probably one of the scarier things my opponent can have here. Running Terra Fairy on Indeedee kind of scares them out of clicking that turn 1. And Rocky Helmet punishes something like Ice Spinner, which I think Chen Pao is guaranteed to be running here. There's no way this thing isn't running Ice Spinner. Pretty standard set. Dazzling Gleam, Follow Me, Helping Hand, but no Trick Room on this team. I just don't really get any value out of it on this comp, instead opting for Protect, just to give myself some options to kind of force weird targeting from opponents, potentially. There's not that much incentive to target down Indeedee itself, given that I've only really got Gleam as an offensive option if I'm, like, protecting a partner, but there's also situations maybe where my partner Pokemon is pinned and I want to keep Indeedee alive for some redirection next turn. Protect's just a pretty standard safe move. And lastly, we have a very fun Armor Rouge set here, where we are running Focus / Weak Armor. Again, as I mentioned, most of my opponent's team leans towards physical attacks. Things like Basculegion, Chen Pao are threatening Armor Rouge for big damage, so I thought, whack a Focus Sash on it, make it go fast. And I think this is a very fun set, because I imagine at some point in this game, I'm going to get blasted by some huge physical move. It'll put me down to Sash, and I'm faster than my opponent's entire team. Apart from, like, Swift Swim boosted Basculegion, if they're max adamant. So that gives me options into Chen Pao Dragonite, where if Chen Pao hits my Armor Rouge on turn 1, for example, I can just get that boost, immediately click Heat Wave and Dazzling Gleam with Indeedee, for example. Or if Basculegion wants to Wave Crash me or something, I just outspeed it. Or I outspeed the thing that's next to Basculegion, just Expanding Force. So it's a fun deck. I think it's kind of cool. I'm hoping it's relevant at some point during the set. I think it will be, because I think I do have game plans that are kind of built around it. But we will see. That is the team. So let's jump right into the battle. Okay, pretty much exactly what we expected, but no Basculegion is very interesting. I guess it makes sense. It's my team. Roaring Moon Brute on it kind of shut it down. Does mean Terra Ghost on Registeel becomes very nice here, though, because there's nothing threatening for super effective damage outside of Chen Pao. Like, Last Respect was a real big worry. Doesn't mean my Gallade is running a whole bunch of speed for no reason, but oh well. Could potentially be faster than Arcanine, which could be something. Let's see, you've got Ghost Power, Water Arc, Psychic Amoonguss makes sense, Dark Poly, Bug Arch. Bug Arch is fine. Dragonite's Terra Flying. Ooh, yeah, that's a point. Probably should have played around that slightly better. Do I just instantly send the Registeel mode? I don't hate just sending Registeel here, honestly. I guess the problem is maybe the Arch, right? I could go Moon Bonnet lead. Bonnet feels pretty vulnerable here. I don't hate it. It could be Lum Dragonite as well I need to be wary of. I think I'm just going to stick with the Registeel game plan for this game. Let's write some of this stuff down. How is Ghost? Arc is Water. Gus is... Okay, there's potentially a Will-O-Wisp coming in here, which is going to be irritating. I could just carry the Chien-Pao, to be honest. I don't hate the idea of just carrying Chien-Pao here. They also are a Ghost, but I don't think they want to Terra Ghost in front of a Roaring Moon. Okay, Speed Boost. Gus is Terra Psychic. We've not seen any items yet. Toad is Terra Dark. Arch is Bug. And that's mine. D9 is fine. There's a 0% chance this Arc isn't running Will-O-Wisp, right? Can I swipe and protect here? I kind of like just swiping Body Press, to be honest, get rid of the Chien-Pao. It is Scarf? I said to myself in preview, I can pull a screenshot up on screen right now of me in prep chat with someone saying, I for a second considered Scarf Power as an option for my opponent, but there's no way they bring that into me. Okay. Noted. That's bulky! Whew. What the heck? Oh, I've got problems now. I've got real problems now. Hold on. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's Will-O-Wisp. And we saw him. I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's a problem. I mean, Brute the Bonnet can maybe get some stuff done here. Are they goggles, do we think? If they are safety joggles on Arc, this is a problem. Which they could well be, honestly. Oh, the Scarf is hilarious. The Scarf is so funny. Oh my god, I got bamboozled. I got so bamboozled. That's actually crazy. Power goes out, that's fine. Who's in? Probably Arch? Gus. Okay. Oh, this will be Terra Grass then, won't it? Okay. Wait, no, Arc's Terra Water. That's my Terra. I'm stupid. I am, in fact, dumb. They just blitzed me. Bonnet takes up like a champion. Are they safety goggles? They are safety goggles. Okay, this is all going very badly. Oops. Gogs. They got the gogs. That's protect. That's going to be annoying. Yeah, I can't really hit this Amoonguss for any real damage now that I'm burned. This is a problem. I don't really want to reveal Puff yet, I don't think. I can't really do much else to the issue. No, that's right. Okay, Art goes out. Into Toad, okay. Toad came to game 1. I'm going to do 5 damage with this body press. That was not very helpful. I could have spawned the Toad in a sec. Bink! Yeah, that goes to sleep. This does somewhat new to my Arcanine. Do they go Perish here? They could Perish in this situation, which would be very annoying. I think I just swing with Registeel. On account of, if they click Perish, I'm kind of screwed. If they don't click Perish here, it's possible for Registeel to win this with Pollen Puff support, I think. Because with Rain Up and an Iron Defense boost, they're not really doing any damage. So even with the burn, this is very possible. Okay, Politoed goes Muddy. That's... Damn it, is that Specs? Is that Choice Specs? That's so much damage. Press again. Okay, good chunk. Okay, they find out I've got goggles. That really looks like Specs damage. I think that is Specs. That did so much to my Registeel. Okay, I think it's Specs. Which is going to be a problem. Kind of need Brute Bonnet to wake up this turn. Rage Powder. Yeah, that stops you from going Pollen Puff. That's smart. I need, like, Muddy Water Mist, maybe. This on Reggie. On Avoids. It's not that useful. Yeah, that's Specs. That's 100% Specs. I clear that. Rage's still so damaged. This is unfortunate. Now Art comes back in, right? Would much rather they miss my Registeel, I'll be honest with you. Still got Terra Psychic on the Amoonguss as well, which is a problem. I guess I can go for some chip on Amoonguss. There's no way they let my Registeel survive this turn. Body press. They protect, okay. They can protect Rage Powder? They would have let me Pollen Puff? I guess I should have targeted myself just in case. That was silly. What a wild move. He's sporing me again. Is that the game plan here? I'm annoyed there, actually. I should have gone for the side target. If I get a Pollen Puff off there on Registeel, I'm actually kind of cooking. That was really stupid. That was incredibly stupid. All that for 5 extra damage on Politoed. On Amoonguss. Alright. Scarf Power did in fact get me. Bonnet's not doing anything in this game, is it? I guess I'll try and pump off my blade. I don't wake up this turn is the issue. The problem is now they just Rage Powder Terra Psyche on Amoonguss, right? I need Wisp Miss. Yeah, it's Terra Psychic. Sure. Ah, they're faster than me, yeah. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's cooked. This game is cooked. Huge damage. That was a crit. Jesus. That's a... Oh, keep doing this. Okay. Leaf Storm. Interesting. Okay. Doesn't really hit something on my team for that much damage, but... Fine. Sure. Freezai didn't rage battle there, but sure. There's the rage battle. Let's just get some stats on the board. Come on. Come on, gang. I believe in you. I don't believe in the gang, actually. If I'm being real with you, I don't believe in the gang. I did no damage. And the citrus, no! Shit. Alright. Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Okay. Good info, though. We've got good info. That's so funny. The fact that I actively said to someone I was practicing with that I briefly considered working around Scarf Power, but there's no way they bring that into me. And then they just did. Like, what if I just go hard TR into that? Like, what if it's just Indeedee Arm Rouge and it's actually Trick Room? Do you not just get the instant cooked? Or am I making that up? Jesus Christ, okay. That's fun prep from my opponent. Time to bring out the big guns. By the big guns, I mean Arm Rouge. I could also go Roaring Moon Terra Steel, potentially. I don't think there's anything Chien-Pao can actually do to KO me if I do that. Chien-Pao. Yeah, Adamant Sacred doesn't KO me. So that's an option I have. Just go Tailwind immediately. But then Tailwind next to what is the issue? Alright. Let's do this. Is it Gallade back end? They didn't bring Archaludon, which is interesting. Maybe I still bring Registeel back end, actually. Do I like that without any recovery? Not really. Yeah, I think I just prefer Gallade here. Let's try it. Let's try it and see what happens. Man, the Scarf Power, what was that? They drew Polyarch this time. That's unfortunate. This isn't actually too bad, I think. What's Archer's Terra? Bug. Because I'm threatening Aura Sphere, right? I'm Terra fighting, so I'm big threatening Aura Sphere. Like, that's a super obvious threat that I am just kind of waving in front of them, is the fact that I could be running Aura Sphere. Do I just helping hand E-Force? I could follow me E-Force. I could just swing the Aura Sphere. I feel like it's so likely they go for a Terra here, though. Because, like, I'm Terra fighting. I'm showing them that I've got options to go for. Crap. Could be Tect. Tect is also an option. Snarl. That's so fast! Why are you max speed on everything? This is miserable! It's stamina, yeah. Okay. That's Assault Vest as well. Okay. Okay. Auto, it's running. Weather Ball. Okay. Glade is the obvious bring here, I would say. things are that faster. Which is incredibly irritating. They index so hard into me just not having Trick Room. This is insane. I do have Sunny Day Moon I can potentially bring in here, but I'm not threatening anything, is the issue. I think it's got to be Glade. I think it's Glade, follow me. Do I try and force Terra Bug here? I don't hate the idea of forcing Terra Bug. Yeah, I think I'm okay to just leave Polito on the field now. Ah, this is bad. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Man, fighting Aurasphere there would have been crazy. No Terra, okay. So I'll get the Arch. Yeah, it's Electric Shot. Kill DD. Doesn't. Nice. Okay. Sacred Chaos Arch. Indeedee is about to eat shit and die. Both of the above. Sorry, Indeedee. You tried your best. The moon. D-Knight, okay. What is D-Knight rocking with? That is the question. This is feeling very Terra Steely, I'll be honest with you. Do I think my Gallade is faster than their D-Knight is the question. Surely they're not Jolly D-Knight. Surely they aren't Jolly D-Knight. I think I can Psycho Cut Breaking. I'm gonna have to gamble on their... I mean, they're Terra... They are Terra Flying. I'm actually gonna go Protect Breaking. I think they want a Terra Flying, Terra Blast my Gallade. I'm gonna Protect and Breaking. This is risky. This is super risky. There's the Terra Flying. I maybe should have gone Terra Steel here just to cover. But I didn't want to get hit by a Specs Weather Ball. Okay. Terra Blast my Glade. I know you want to. You're covering for the Terra. Breaking. Bink. Okay, we break multi-scale. That's... Oh, that crit on Politoed isn't good. That's actually not good. Shit. Okay. Okay, we get that right. I don't like that crit. I really don't like that crit. Okay. Because now Pow comes in. It's Gus. Hold on. That's not Pow. Right. It's multi. I've got Terra Blast. Okay. I think I just Terra Blast Psycho Cut here, right? And then breaking again? Is Tailwind slightly safer? I think I put Breaking Swipe. I don't think they're Jolly Dragonite. I really don't. Oh wait, no, if they're max adamant, they start to speed me, don't they? I'm being silly. Maybe I should have gone Tailwind. Amoonguss Protect, okay. Please don't be faster than my Glade. Psychic got a kill from here. Okay, attack drop. They are max adamant. Yeah. Do I survive this? No way, right? Oh, Glade! Glade, you beast! Let's go! Let's go! Okay. Breaking swipe value gets us to game 3. You love to see it. I'm going to keep playing the swipe, because I am not going to reveal any more information. Smack. Attack drop, okay. And smack. Oh, okay. We have a game on our hands. Here we go. Why is my opponent running max speed on everything? I'm threatening hard trick from my opponent. Like, fuck it, max speed. Everything max speed. Max speed D-Knight. Max speed friggin' Arch. Everything 252. Oh, jeez. Why is everything so fast? The Indeedee Armor Rouge lead felt pretty nice there. I wonder if he's running back a similar set to what he did in his week 1 on Dragonite, where he just had, like, Terror Blast as his only attacking move. Which is why he was so reluctant to go for the Terror on Arch. Do I just run back the Indeedee Armor Rouge? If it's the same lead again, I really don't hate going Indeedee Armor Rouge here. I guess the problem is the Specs Muddy Water is going to be irritating if they go for the same lead. Like, very irritating. Can I go Moon Armor Rouge? I actually really don't hate Moon Armor Rouge here. I think Moon Armor Rouge is a super interesting lead for me. Because it gives me the option of just going Sunny Day Heatwave, which is large. Glade, MVP. Probably Indeedee. Yeah, I think Indeedee makes sense here. Okay. I don't think they go same lead, but, like, I think this covers a lot of lead options anyway. They do go Poly Arch again. Okay. This we like to see. They do have Snarl option, but I have Sunny Day plus Turbo Blast there. Arch. They could potentially just Draco my Moon on turn 1, but I don't think I really hate that much. I'll be honest with you. I'm just going to Sunny Day and Heatwave. They snarl here? I don't think I mind if they snarl. Yeah, I'm just Sunny Day Heatwave. I'll send it. Go Terra Bug. Stab. Okay, Sunny Day goes up. Flash Cannon? Are there any no dragon move? I'll take that turn 1 for sure. That's huge. Okay. Moon dodges. Double miss, baby! Double miss, baby! Let's go! Let's go! It's just Tailwind Heatwave here, alright? Neither of these mons can protect. Polystone doesn't want to stay in to hit Sun Muddy Waters. So now I just Tailwind Heatwave. Let's go! Let's go! Alright, Armor are really need to hit these Heatwaves now. Arc, this is still big damage. This is still big damage. Tailwind up. Please, Armor Rouge. Please. Thank you. Oh, that's so much damage on Arcanine. Oh my god. Hold on. Armor Rouge. You gotta chill, man. How much did you do? No, 30%, right? I think Expanding Force... I think that's in range of Expanding Force now if I go into Indeedee here and just set side terrain. Oh. That's a choice. They will still be faster than my Armor Rouge, mind you. But I can't swipe them. Do I just go Breaking... Oh, I could knock! Wait! Oh! Ooh! I can knock power to Heat Wave. Hold on. I'm cooking. I actually think it's slightly safer to go for Aura Sphere here. I can't risk the miss. Yeah, I'm just going to knock the power on Aura Sphere, I think. They could Sucker Punch me, I guess. How hard do I want to play around Sucker Punch? Not that hard, honestly. Plus, they don't know I'm Sash. Yeah, they don't Sucker. Goodbye, Choiced Scarf. Hello, Aura Sphere. Bink! Let's go! Let's go! Oh. That was meant to be weak armor. Oops. That was meant to be weak armor. Oh, that's so funny. That was supposed to be weak armor. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't think it really would have made a difference in this endgame, but that was supposed to be weak armor. That's really funny. Okay, they get the sun-boosted Blitz into Mood. That's fine. What'd you lock with? Politoad's gotta be Muddy Water, right? Icy Wind. Interesting. Okay. That's really funny. I mean, I still got my Sash intact now, which is nice. Did they use Terra? They haven't used Terra. I think I should go Indeedee Helping Hand Expanding Force, right? So I've got Tailwind up still for a turn? Yeah, okay, fine. Helping Hand. Why? In part of my brain was like, I don't have Psychic Trade. Of course I have Psychic Trade. I'll just set it. Helping Hand Armor Rouge and E-Force. Surely this KOs. Wait, they're Terra Dark. I'm so dumb. I may be stupid. I may be stupid. That's fine though, because it's a Heat Wave at least. Probably Protect Arc. Yeah, fine. I haven't seen the last move on Arc. Is there anything it could have that could threaten my Armor Rouge here? I don't think so. And more Tailwind, a bit annoying. Arcanine. What can I get? Yeah, anything that can hit me for super effective. No. It hits me. It could get like Crunch maybe. I guess Crunch is actually an option that I kind of want to play around. I'm going to Follow Me, and I think my safest play here is actually Follow Me, Terra fighting Aura Sphere into the Politoad. I'm not risking any misses here. See, this is where if I had my weak armor up, I would have still been fine. Let me just get around Arc doing something silly. It is just Blitz. Okay, they're going to take a billion recoil from this. Indeed, he lives? Beast mode. Okay, Rocky Helmet, recoil, Arcanine just KOs itself. No, I don't get the 4-0 sweep with Armor Rouge! That is so much recoil, that's hilarious. I don't get the 4-0 sweep, no! No! My sweep! My sweep! Yeah, okay, and now it just roars through it. Nice! GG's. Holy. That was a weird set. I can't believe I forgot to change my Armor Rouge's ability. I'm so stupid. But hey, it's not open team sheets, so I don't get a... like, in my brain, I was like, oh, that's a game loss. That's a game loss for team sheet error. I lose. And then I realized, wait, no, there are no team sheets. It's not a team sheet error. I'm just stupid, and it kind of worked, but also weak armor would have been just as good there, if not better, because I would have outspent the Arcanine. Oops. That's hilarious. That's really funny. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I think this little picnic thing is adorable. I love this idea. Look at them, they're just having a nap. They've earned it. Apart from you, Reggie, still, you didn't do anything. Okay, so game one there was a little bit of a shock with the Scarf Pow. Again, it's something I considered in prep, and then kind of discarded as an idea because I thought my opponent wouldn't send it. But they were 100% correct, I didn't have any TR on my team anywhere, so it was a good call to send all their shit max speed. It did kind of come down to leads in certain cases. I think the lead in game 3 was very nice with the Sunny Day. We saw a lot of the tech that I had come into play there, which was fun. Like Roaring Moon, all of its moves were incredibly useful. So I'm very happy about that. Bonnet didn't really do much, Reg still didn't really do much, but I think that's partially because my opponent seemed to prep very hard into them. Like Goggles Wisp Arcanine, which in hindsight I should have really seen coming. That did do a lot of damage to them. But yeah, Armor Rouge was the star of the show here, which is nice. It was kind of the last addition to the team, but when I realized, well, initially I realized I could run Weak Armor Focus Sash, which ended up not coming into play at all because I didn't have Weak Armor. Oops. Moon, calm down. What are you doing? Yeah, lack of Weak Armor was a little bit stupid. Probably should have made sure that I had that before I ran the team, because otherwise game 2 could have gone horrendously wrong if I had, or well, either game could have gone horrendously wrong if they'd led Chenpao or D-Knight. That was a little bit silly to let myself have the wrong ability. I don't think it would have mattered. I think if I had Weak Armor there, I still win the game. I don't think it changes anything. Well, actually, no, I don't think it changes anything, because I'd still be faster than Arc, right? Well, I'd still have exactly the same plays available to me of just clicking Follow Me and Aura Sphere into Politoed on the last turn to get the KO. So, I just got a couple of misses, but also my opponent did swing a lot of 85% accurate moves, 95% accurate moves, so yeah, you're going to double miss Muddy Water sometimes, that's just how it goes. Armor Rouge locked in and hit all his heat waves, and by all I mean 4. I think I only clicked it twice. But yeah, the Sunny Day Heat Wave was nice. Like, the damage on that was crazy. I'm slightly confused by the Flash Cannon, though, on the Archildon in Game 3. I wonder if it didn't have a Dragon move. It's possible. Oh, it's also possible they didn't want to full commit Dragon move into possible Terra Steel and just lose their... Like, if their Dracovita don't want to go -2 special attack immediately. But yeah, Armor is the star of the show there. I'm very happy with that. I think my prep was good. I think... Had there been a Basque Legion, Registeel would have also been a bit more value. I maybe could have prepped better into Arcanine. I think that was the one thing I didn't really do enough prep into. I kind of focused too much on the assorted modes of, you know, are they going to go priority spam? Are they going to go hard rain? I didn't really think about the glue pieces. Well, I considered Amoonguss in that I had Goggles on Registeel. I've got coverage for it on pretty much all my Mons. Well, I say pretty much all my Mons. My offensive Mons, I can kind of blast it. And I had plans of sitting in front of it with Registeel. But yeah, it was the Arcanine caused me the most trouble. I think I didn't prep that well into that. But we got around it. Armor Rouge is the GOAT. Good job, Armor Rouge, even though you had the wrong ability. But I guess it kind of worked out. All in all, very happy with how that went. Game 1 was funny. I got completely goobed by the Scarf Chenpao. But we recovered Game 2 and 3 well. The Indeedee Armor Rouge lead ended up working very nicely for me. There were a couple of plays my opponent could have made that would have made that a little bit more awkward. They could have gone for Snarls. No, they did go Snarls, didn't they? They did Snarl Game 2. But then Breaking Swipe Gallade was clutch. Oh, Gallade's so good. Gallade is so clutch. I love Gallade. But yeah, Armor Rouge just swept Game 3. So that was fun. I think the Sunny Day tech on Roaring Moon, it's a little bit obvious. I'm sure Freezai probably saw it coming. I imagine that's why he didn't go Electro Shot in Game 3. But yeah, ended up being super valuable. catching that lead there was nice. Happy with how that went. 2-1, back on track. Win the next 2, and then on to the next phase, I guess. So, yeah, if you want to keep up with more draft content, as always, do drop a sub to the channel if you haven't done so already. Drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed, and keep your eyes peeled for another draft video next week. And I will see you then. Bye-bye.